Join us today on Zaza's Creations as I make this meatless spaghetti sauce. You heard me right. I said meatless, baby. I also prepared an oven roasted spaghetti squash. What I did was I cut it in half and I applied olive oil and salt and pepper, and I roasted it on a baking sheet face down according to these guidelines. For the sauce, I have some organic 4-cheese pasta sauce, and I have some shelled walnuts, some mushrooms, some white onion, some garlic, and some bell pepper. If you want to make this a vegan dish, you can simply just, buy the sauce without the cheese. And if you're fancy, you can make your own sauce. This is your life. You do what you want to do. It's your kitchen. So let's get this meat mixture popping. The first thing I did was I minced my mushrooms, and I also minced the walnuts because I want them finely chopped. The last thing you want is some chunky, crunchy walnut meat. Okay, so you want to get your pot hot, and you want to put a little bit of oil at the bottom of your pot, and then you want to add in your onion and your bell pepper, and you're going to saute and toast them until they are translucent, and then we're going to add in our mushroom. So at this point our veggies are translucent, and then we're going to throw in some mushrooms, and we're going to extract all of the water from these mushrooms and get some browning going on in the pot. At this point I'm going to toss in my walnuts, and then I'm going to season it with some browning and seasoning liquid, some liquid aminos, and some liquid smoke. And the goal is to give it a meaty type of flavor. To this mixture, I am going to add my pasta sauce and equal parts water. So after you add your water in, you can go ahead and season this. Now I recommend that you season it the way that you normally would season your spaghetti, because this is just the way that I do mine and it works for me. So do whatever works for you. I'm going to start by adding in some red pepper flakes, and then I'm going to add some onion powder. The next thing I'm going to add is some garlic powder, and then I'm going to add in some cayenne pepper. If you don't like yours hot, you can skip this. You can add black pepper. You can do whatever, because it's your life and it's your pot of spaghetti and you gotta eat it. So you season it how you want. I added in some dried herbs, which is some dried oregano and some dried basil. And then I'm going to add in sea salt to taste, and I'm going to mix that in. If you don't want to add salt to your dish, you don't have to. Do what you like. And then after this, the next thing I'm going to add is highly debatable, but it's always gone in spaghetti ever since I could remember eating spaghetti, and this is the way my mom taught me to do it, is to add a little sugar to this. And supposedly if you add the sugar in there, you won't get heartburn, but it's supposed to help with the acidity, which tomatoes are already kind of sweet, so, but it doesn't make it overly sweet. It's just, just add a little icing on top of the cake. You know what I'm saying? So after all of this is mixed in, I'm going to add in probably a whole clove of garlic, because I love me some garlic. And then I'm going to let this simmer and all come together, and let some of that, let the tomatoes cook down real nice, and then it's going to be ready. I'm going to show you what it looked like. So this is the final product once it's all been simmered down and it's basically ready to go. It's going on top of your noodles or your zoodles or or your spaghetti squash or whatever it is you want to serve it with on top of your bread. Whatever you want to do with this, it's ready, baby. And that's the final product. We have meatless spaghetti served with roasted spaghetti squash and sauteed Brussels sprouts. Thank you and enjoy.